platform for fearless political conversation. I am Godwin Sunday. In Nigeria's political landscape, one thing is constant: defections. Politicians switch parties as often as season change, raising deep questions about loyalty, ideology, and the strength of our democracy. For the opposition, defections can either mean renewed momentum or weakened structures. For the ruling party, it can mean growing dominance or hidden cracks beneath the surface. But beyond the defections, we also see a growing wave of controversies and internal wrangling, not only shaping the balance of power, but also influencing how Nigerians perceive the credibility of our democracy. So, where does this leave the voter? And how should political parties respond if they are to remain relevant ahead of the 2026 and 2027 elections, respectively? Joining us to dissect this political development is Agena Robert Andy, chairman of the African Action Congress, ACC FCT. He will be helping us unpack the intrigues of defections, the fate of opposition parties, and the controversies that continue to shape Nigerians' political future. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, the conversation begins. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back. Well, I have in the studio with me Mr. Agena, who is the AAC FCT chairman. You're welcome to Corero.
Thanks for having me.
All right, first, though your political party tend to be on the minority seat as far as the Federal Capital Territory is concerned, but then bring us up to speed. Does the party have a structure to even stand elections in 2026 and beyond within the Federal Capital Territory?
I first considered that a little bit insult.
Okay, it still stands within the minority political party.
Minority.
There is not, when you look at ADC,
we are
look
not
at Labour
minority.
Party, we look at PDP, we still call those parties
There are not.
within...
Look, every political party is the same.
All right.
We are not minority. I reject that with a standstill. As in, we are a political party with boldness and eager to take power. We are not minority. We are not in that category. And that is why I beg to disagree with a lot of these guys calling other political parties minority. That I beg to disagree with that. We are not. We are a bigger political party, more capable to take power than the APC, the PDP, and whatever political party we can think of.
All right, so most people will rather see your political party as an activist group rather than a traditional political party. At this point, we'll begin to ask, is the party prepared for elections?
We are not
when
just...
we've been perceived as more of an activist community.
We are not just activist party.
Is the ACC a traditional... Is ACC a traditional... AAC, I beg your pardon. AAC, is it a traditional political party?
We are not just an activist party. Activism is part of the party. It's part of the party's agenda. It's part of the party's strategies. But we are not an activist party per se. We are a political party that is aimed to correct the wrongs. Yes, that is part of activism. that is about to like correct the excessive expenditures of the government, illegal expenditures of the government, and also to hold them accountable. So if you say it's a political party that is more of activism, I would say yes, but it's just an agenda within the party.
So when it has to do with financial and structure, does the AAC have this in place within the Federal Capital Territory?
Yes, of course. I will not disagree with the fact that every political party need finances to function. But in summary, will you have to use finance as a yardstick to bringing in political leaders? No. I think the highest thing, the basic thing that we should be discussing about having political leadership is not finance, but the people. The people.
All right. Why I'm asking that question is because there has been these speculations that the AAC does not have a structure within the Federal Capital
But
Territory.
who is saying that?
That's why it's called. That's why it's a speculation.
If there's no
That's
structure
why
in the AAC, I will not be here in the first
that
place.
The AAC does not have a structure in the Federal Capital Territory.
Who
As
said
such,
so?
Within the 6th area council of the Federal Capital Territory,
We have
the
structures.
AAC cannot stand any election. Rather, the AAC is just a political party that is designed to cut votes and ensure that majority political parties don't get.
I don't want to agree with you on the
bigger political parties.
Good.
Or other political parties.
There's
do
no
not
bigger
get
political
to,
party than the AAC.
Other political parties, if you like us to adopt that phrase, other political parties will not get to enjoy the privilege. So AAC only exists to divide the vote within the Federal Capital Territory. That's what I'm asking at this point. Does the AAC have a structure within the Federal Capital Territory?
If there is no structure, how is somebody being scared of division of votes? And I want to disagree with all of that speculations or whatever you call it. AAC is a political party that is very giant and ready to take over political positions in Nigeria. I'm not talking about just at the local level. I'm not talking about at the state level. I'm talking about the national level. And as we speak, AAC is the only political party that is challenging the status quo of this. I don't want to go nasty, but if you permit me, I'll use the word criminal government in power. We are the only opposition in power.
All right, so let's take this conversation and look at it from the all angles of what the AAC stands for, especially within the Federal Capital Territory. Of course, you've said that you have structures, although you've not been able to substantiate and further expand on that conversation. But tell us about the various structures you have in Mbwari, in Abaji, in looking at Kuje, and bring it back to Amak.
Everywhere.
Because we're looking at the popularity of your political party within the various area councils.
When you mean, excuse me, I want to ask a question.
Territory.
I want to ask you a question. When you say structures, what do you mean by structure?
All right, so since I'm supposed to be the one to ask, but since you've asked the question, now for every political party, there is more of a political organogram. There is more of a political structures that they form from the caucus through to the branch and through to the cell and down to the military.
But we have all of that.
Right, so we're asking,
we have all of that in the FCT and everywhere in Nigeria.
Okay,
every other state in Nigeria.
The FCT in focus.
Yes.
Does the AAC have a structure in Gwagwalada?
Yes, of course.
How formidable is that structure?
Very functional and ready to take power. We are all over, including the place you are. In Asokoro, we have structures. We have down to the what level. So, what are you saying? That's why I asked a question.
All right.
And I
Well, let's even move away from that conversation. Let's take you through to the various specific policies that has been initiated by the FCT ministers and other area council chairmen around the Federal Capital Territory. How will you address some of these concerns and some of these policies and issues that residents within the Federal Capital Territory are experiencing at this point in time, from transportation to other means? Can we say that the AAC can address this concern, even is addressing this concern within its policy, or is it just an activist platform where it exists only on the social media platform?
I told you never to go back to that.
The AAC tends to be more of a social media platform, even within the Federal Capital
I told you
Territory.
never to go back to that route.
All right.
Because AAC is a political party with structures, with ideologies, with every necessary.
Even though the structure is not aligning itself with the ward at the ward level.
It is aligning down to the grassroots level, not only ward. The AAC, as we speak, I repeat it again, that it is the only political party that is facing the current draconian government. We are the only opposition, as far as I'm concerned. Who else is speaking apart from the AAC? Nobody. Apart from the AAC. And when you come down to the policies within the FCT, you and I know that they are just a sham. There's nothing functional that the government of the day is doing that is credible.
Well, we can't say that, or we don't have the facts to that issue to say that.
I can prove it.
We can't say that for sure that the government is in sham and is not doing anything.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
Can you that to be your own opinion?
No, it's not an opinion. It's a general perspective.
Everybody
Everybody understand that the government of the day is doing nothing. Everybody knows that. They only have
from your own perspective. Let's just put it at that. But then.
That is, I disagree with that.
All right.
Because the public, have you been to the marketplace? Have you walked down the streets and asked questions? What are the response? If a government is functional and is doing something, you hear it from the grassroots. You hear it from the streets, from the market. Are you hearing that? In a very positive way. You are not.
We can't.
So what are they doing? There's nothing here
say that
they are doing.
When you say the government, looking at the three tiers of government, are we talking about the federal?
I'm talking about the whole arms of government.
But the various tiers of government, people would disagree with you to say that some governors are performing outstandingly in this.
But that is. Can you point one governor in that is performing so excellently?
That's above my payroll right now, because I won't want to start promoting.
There is nothing. We cannot show anything. If you're talking, you talk with proofs. There's nothing on ground. So every Nigerian knows that nothing is happening.
But some Nigerians would disagree with you even on this.
That
looking
is
at the student loan that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has introduced to the system.
Can you point one person? Can you point one particular person?
The various institutions will tell you that they benefited from this.
I want just one particular person that is listening to us now to prove to me that there is a student loan anywhere. These are designs for their pockets. There is nothing there. It's just for social media propagandas and noise. But they are eating all the money. The money is not there. They're eating it.
We've seen students celebrate. We've spoken with Akintunde Sonya, I beg your pardon, the NEL Fund MD, and he has categorically said that disbursement has been made. And of course, we've gone round to we spoke with students also, and that affirm that disbursement has been made.
Until I see results, I see one of them, I bet to disagree with you.
All right, so let's come back to the issues around the FCT. There has been this clamor around people with disabilities not being recognized and not being given portfolio within political parties.
Yes.
There is also this concern about women in rural communities sidelined in governance. I'm curious, How is AAC addressing some of those concerns?
If you check part of our constitutions, as in, first of all, let me start with the women. If you check the AAC constitution, we have no separation from the men and the women. We believe that Nigerians are Nigerians and we are one. We don't believe in a lower gender. We don't believe in a higher gender. All genders are equal. In AAC, we respect that fact. We respect the equality of gender. We respect the woman. We respect the man. We are all the same. And that is why the platform for AAC has given rooms for everybody to participate. There's no differentiation. There's no gender discrimination in AAC. Now, everything, if any gender would take any position, it is based on credibility, accuracy, competence, and all. We don't respect anything aside from that. We know that everybody is equal depending on the level of IQ. We don't respect hypocrisy of having the men overseeing everything. We don't believe in that. We are gender equal. That is first. Then coming down to the disability, if you check still the Constitution, should tell you more about the AAC. We recognize first, even to call them disability is even an insult. You don't believe in that name disability. Nobody is disabled. We are probably having people that are fortunate to be completely well, and some that are not. But giving them that tag, disability, is even an error in the first place. It means you are differentiating something. So we don't even believe in that. We believe that they are equal. And they are equal with us, because some of these guys, what they do, you claiming that you are a complete human being cannot even do it. So how are you now saying they are disabled? They are not. The only thing is that if a monkey can climb the tree, and as a human being I cannot climb the tree, as in, it makes no difference that is a living thing and I'm a living thing too. So we don't respect all of that. But we give rooms for help. I would say help, because sometimes places you could enter as a standing man, somebody without legs cannot enter, cannot access it. So we give rooms for that. You should be able to access the same place that a standing man should access. We give equality in all of that. We don't differentiate. And that is why we are more like people who want to correct the system, correct the wrongs and all that is happening.
Well, the AAC has consistently criticized corruption in government.
Yes. Yet you are saying there's no structure or no.
No, it's not.
You
this
buy
has nothing
into the
to
idea,
do with,
the
this
propaganda,
has nothing to
no.
do with structure.
If-
because there is this make-believe also that the AAC is more of a protest party other than a strong contender.
That is what the government wants you to know.
You can go ahead and find out from people even on the street
That
outside
is-
this studio.
But that is what I'm saying.
You can go out and sample opinions.
But that is what I'm saying.
The
We've done
AAC
that.
has become more of a protest party and not a serious contender.
No.
So that's why I'm even trying to find out from you in the studio. Should we take the AAC serious when it has to do with electoral matters, or we should see them
But
as a protest party?
This is
as being
why
perceived?
we're here.
That's why
What
I
is
brought you on
protest in
board.
the
That's
first
why
place?
we are bringing you on board.
What is protest in the first place? Would there be any right with protest? If there is a protest, it means there's a wrong. There's something people are questioning. There's something people are demanding answers.
And AAC,
There's something,
and AAC is the only
AAC
party that
is the only
stands
party
for
that
that-
stands for that
protests.
purpose. And not to say we are subjected to protest alone. If we are only subjected to protest alone, I will not be here. I will wait until something is happening and there is a protest and I jump in. We are not like that. We correct the wrongs, and that is why I keep referring you to our efforts trying to fight the government, trying to correct them, trying to point at their wrongs, trying to make them to see that there are reasons for Nigerians to live well in their own country. And no Nigeria is better than any other Nigerian. The equality should be there. Trying to point at them that, look, the policies on ground are not in favor of the Nigerian people. So does it mean we are only a protesting group or something? No. We are deeply democratic down to the level of that corruption.
All right, so all of these issues right now, it's what we needed clarity to. Because we've sampled opinions on the streets, and we've been able to find out from people.
I don't understand where that is coming from.
First is the perception is AAC is a protest party, one. Secondly, AAC is not a strong contender. Two, AAC does not have, I'm telling you for free, now the AAC does not have a structure. So
I beg to disagree with all of those
points. I'm trying to get even you talk to us in this regard.
That is what I'm saying. So I
again,
disagree with all of that.
When it has to do with disability, you've mentioned the fact that your constitution captures people with challenge, physically challenged people, and you say you don't call them disability. So let's use the word people that are physically challenged. If you can allow us to use that term.
Are they even physically challenged?
People that are probably having one challenge or the other.
Where is the challenge?
Well,
as in, look, leadership is not about the physical. Leadership is not about the physical.
How many members of the ADC that are in this category do you have at the moment, even within the Federal Capital Territory?
ADC or AAC?
AAC, I beg your pardon.
Oh, goodness. Because I thought you were about joining us to a criminal gang.
Well,
I am still correcting the fact that you mentioned something regarding street interviews. I just want to get to the evidence. You will have to prove to me. Show us those people that are saying that, and then let me get to it.
It's not my place to show you. You can do a random sampling and go to within the
but that is what I'm saying. If you check, if you go to the street of
go within the Federal Capital Territory to find out for yourself,
bro. If you go to the street of Abuja today and ask critical questions, many Nigerians out there understand the fact that AAC is the only political party that is.
So you're saying right now that outside the big four,
there's no big four.
Well, okay, so outside of
AAC,
outside other political parties right now, if I meet 10 Nigerians within the Federal Capital Territory right now,
9% of them will tell you that AAC is the only party that is challenging the current corrupt status quo of Nigeria.
All right. Let's take this conversation further. Let's talk about the AAC's ideology.
Yeah.
Which we tend to see most political parties in Nigeria tend to vary in this line. At least we have a lot of defections around the country. What is the AAC's ideology?
The ideology of the AAC is, let me summarize the ideology in a simple manner. Look, the AAC first deserves, as in they are pushing for a decent government that benefits the Nigerian people.
What is the ideology of the AAC?
The ideology, that is what I'm saying.
Is it multi-strata ideology? Is it multi-strata?
Look,
is there an umbrella that covers the various ideologies that the AAC represents, or the AAC does not have a particular ideology? It can only be summarized.
Let me tell you, that is why I'm still bringing you back to the board, to board. Look, I said the AAC. Everything the AAC does is just to have a working Nigeria that benefits the people of Nigerians. So you can summarize that in even a sentence. Anything, it means that anything that is not legal, anything that is not in a direction of truth, that is not in a direction of competence, that is not in a direction of good governance, is not for AAC. And that is why we bet to challenge anything that is against the law and that is not productive and accepted by the general masses. We promote only what benefits the people of Nigeria. So the ideology, when you're talking about the ideology, if I want to like break down all AAC represent, we may not live here. But I am telling you in summary that we represent only the positive side of humanity.
All right. So from time immemorial, the AAC has always been, permit me to say again, on the protesting side, challenging the status quo of government policy, challenging the implementations of government policies. I am asking at this point in time, given the various AAC antecedents led by your presidential candidate, in person of Sowore, come 2026 in the Federal Capital Territory, does the ADC trust the process? AAC, I beg your pardon. Does the AAC trust the process even to give residents of Abuja a credible, free and fair election?
Well, free and fair election, yes. As a party, I would say yes. But when you're talking about the other side that supervises elections, will I say yes? No. Because...
So before the election, AAC has already started distrusting the electoral umpire?
No, but that is what is on ground. The system itself is designed to discredit any competent election. So, what are we saying? Will I shy? Will I be shying away to say the truth? No. Have you gone through the electoral?
So AAC does not trust the process
up to now,
that will bring about
the
2026 election in the Federal Capital.
I am telling you that if there's any credible election, AAC is going to win all the wards in Abuja. If there's any credible elections in Nigeria or in Abuja, AAC is going to win for all the seats. But with this system in place, it is only, will I say, the future? They can tell.
All right. So when you've mentioned the fact that it's only the future that can tell, should people begin to take the AAC serious when it has to do with electionary matters in this regard?
But that is what I'm saying now, that it is only you and I as a people, you Nigerians watching me right now as a people,
I'm asking that question
that
because
can
of the first question
correct
I've asked
that can
before.
correct the
Is the
status quo.
AAC, I beg your pardon,
that can-
AAC a contender or just a protest party?
We are contending. We are
So
contending.
if you're contending and you don't trust the process,
we don't trust
should we
the
take
protest.
Should we take
we don't-
AAC serious?
We don't trust the process because of the system. And I'm telling you that it can also be corrected with the people. Because we cannot do it alone. We have been fighting the wrong system for quite a long time. And all we expect of Nigerians is to key in and join us to fight that bad system. out of place.
All right,
So that we have competent elections.
Let's move
we have
on. The AAC in the FCT.
I want to further more on that.
No, that's just because of time constraint.
Okay.
The AAC has faced internal wrangling and leadership disputes in the past. So I'm curious at this point, how united and stable is the AAC in the Federal Capital Territory right now, even for the 2026?
We've not had any leadership issues in the
We've
Federal
had
Capital Territory.
to say that there have been wranglings around
In
leadership
FCT? In FCT, there are no leadership issues in FCT. No, that's what I'm saying. You are misled. As everybody that is telling you this is not telling you from the fair days of. They are just trying to make you feel something else and say something that the public will mislead the. We've never had any leadership issues in AAC, except at the national level that somebody was sponsored to hijack the party, and that was for a purpose. The government used the person to hijack the party for a purpose, and we are able to recover from that. We did not rest until we were given justice, and that is what I expect that Nigerians understand. So all of these conceptions or concepts you are bringing are just not true. They are false. We don't have any leadership issues in AAC, in the FCT particularly.
All right, so let's look at the vote and the election in itself, come 2026 and beyond.
Yeah.
Even within the Federal Capital Territory, satellite towns are often feel neglected. Is AAC planning any specific strategy in order to address some of this concern within
There are a lot of
towns?
strategies on ground, some of which I will not even expose.
It will not be protest.
No, we don't only do protest. I told you before, protest is just an agenda. It's just one particular standpoint amongst many. You understand? So what I'm saying is this. For a party to get to a level of contest, for a party to get to a level of what do you call political toxic kind of political contests as what we have in FCT, you should understand that there are strategies. And I can bet you, and that is what I'm saying, that if there are any credible elections in FCT, or even at the federal level, we are going to win. Because there is no political party with ideologies that we have. There is no political party with strategies, the strategies that we have in place. Go through the Constitution, go through some of their blueprints. You will not have any. And then I will give you, if you want me, I will give you AAC documents. But that does not warrant you anyways to expose us, because we don't want to share some of our strategies to them. Respect to my boss, Mr. Showore. Have you listened to him before?
Well,
that's for you to know the intelligence.
Before we come back to the Showore saga, of course we'll touch Showore.
It's not a saga; it's a reality.
But before we come back to the Showore saga, although the issue is still in court, it's still. But then let's look at the whole AAC, like you said, the only party that can win all the polling units and all the words.
If there are any credible elections in Nigeria, I can bet my chest. I can bet my chest.
All right. In the face, using your word.
Yes.
In the face of non-credible
elections
in Nigeria.
Yes.
And the coming together of various political parties. You said I should not use minority political parties.
Criminal parties.
Various political parties right now to form a coalition.
Criminal bodies,
let's not go criminal, because there's no court within Nigeria that has found this.
Well, these are people, the people you are mentioning, the people you are trying to use.
No court in Nigeria has found them culpable of criminal offences.
We know the
You say you
antecedents
know
of
the
the
antecedent,
people.
but there's no court in Nigeria. So
Well,
let's go by the law.
well,
if there is a court that have found them guilty as charged, perhaps we can go by that record
I understand.
to say that
I understand
probably
what
the political
I
parties you're
understand
trying
what
to.
the
But
law.
let's talk about the coalition in general, which is the front burner, the major conversation around the country right now. When we look at the coalition, are we looking at the AAC joining in this coalition in order to salvage
Joining
Nigeria
what?
and also setting the pace in order to correct some of the abnormalities that we've seen so far, according to you, that have become more of a Mephistophelian cabal? Are we looking at the AAC trying to correct these wrongs and abnormalities?
My brother, the only coalition the AAC have to join is the coalition of the people. We don't have any coalition with criminal bodies.
But let's not go by the word criminal.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Pardon me with that. But we have a mandate to have the Nigerian people understand the policies, the strategies, and commitments of the AAC, not the people that we already know are not well for the Nigerian people to be with us. We don't even want to go that route in the first place. AAC is a bundle of Nigerians that are obsessed with a country that works for them. So if you understand that in the first place, you get the complete ideology of AAC. Now, if you understand that we stand for a country that works for us, you understand what AAC represents. Now you understand the kind of people with AAC. You understand the kind of people that we should work with. It's not bringing all these people that we already know their antecedents. Very, I don't want to use the word corrupt again, but we know their antecedents. These guys have been in power. What do you see? What have they done? The ones in power now, what are they doing? If you go to the street, people are crying. The economy is bastardized. Everything is unfunctional. And you expect us to go mingle with those kind of people. No. Look, we are very different from that angle. And that's why people find it, look, okay, like in the FCT here, let me give you an instance. If we were a kind of people that accept bundles of corrupt people,
alleged corrupt people.
By their antecedents, you know them.
No, alleged corrupt
okay,
people.
let's call it chief.
Well,
anyways,
we
in the
don't
words
have
of
the
my
records.
boss.
We don't have the records
now,
to say
excuse me.
that
Now,
people are
but
corrupt.
if we question people with questionable characters, if we're that kind of people that accept them because of money, my brother, will be everywhere, even in your studio here.
All right, so
you understand? But we reject them because we are not
for time
for that.
constraint.
We want the country.
We don't have the luxury
Nigeria
of,
works for us.
Well, Robert, we don't have the luxury of time. But then let's look at.
Yeah.
You've said that AAC has the structure, and by structure you mean the cabals. Well, I beg your pardon. You have
cabals.
I beg your pardon.
I don't
have,
understand.
No, excuse me. You have more of the people of the which we call the militias.
What? No,
hold on. Let's
Excuse
go by the normal political structure.
With that. Look, I disagree with
now,
that. We don't have militias.
I would call
we have the Nigerian people.
We have
that
the
is
cells.
structure.
We have the cells. We have the branch. We have the cacos, and we have also the militias. Like it is obtainable in international
that is what I'm
community.
telling you.
In this particular order.
That is what I am telling you.
That's why I asked, does the AAC have a structure when it has to do with
we don't
the
have
branch,
a criminal structure.
Well, it's not a criminal structure.
No, excuse me. When you're mentioning militias and all of that,
by the rudiment of a political structure,
that is what
constitutes a political
that
structure.
is what you are made
branch,
to understand. Excuse me.
It is an international best practice.
No.
To say,
it's an
international best practice to say that every political party have a structure
militias
from the branch
militias
through to the cell.
No.
They have every political party have a foot soldier on the field.
Yeah, when you say a foot soldier on the field,
So
I understand
how
from
do you
that.
define the foot soldiers?
He's not a militia.
How do you
he's not a
define the
criminal.
foot
He's not
soldier?
a militia.
No, it's not militia doesn't mean
We're not
that it is a
militants,
criminal.
my
It's a
brother.
criminal gang.
No.
It is just a structure of a political party.
Excuse me.
We are saying, does the AAC have a structure on ground that addresses the concern of a branch, the caucus, the cell, and the militia?
But that is what I'm saying. Our structure is the Nigerian people. Our structure is the Nigerian people. I still remain on this.
I'm asking
Without
this question
the
because
Nigerian people,
we
there will
are
be no
looking
AAC.
We are looking at this old. Let's
You are
address the
looking
issues
at,
around
excuse me, you are looking at the old system. The system that we're fighting is what you're
Recognized
looking
by
at.
INEC?
Recognized by both the INEC and the corrupt people in power.
Let's not use the word corrupt. Let's just say people in power.
Okay, people in
that sounds
power.
better.
Okay, then when you say people in power, what do you mean by people in power?
There are no
what is the
records to
antecedents?
show
Let's
that
call them by
there are
what
no
they
records to show
represent.
that they are corrupt.
Okay, now
If you have the records, you can.
okay, let's come down to the level
All
of to your question. Now, I am telling you that AAC, the only structure the AAC has is the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people. And nothing more. So when you say militia, this one, it is an old practice that is even killing this country. And that is why you see political prostitution. That's why you see a lot of criminality going on in some of these political parties, because they are eager to take whatever they want to take. So they employ, they recruit a lot of dirty people, like people that are not really concerned about the betterment of Nigeria. They employ them to just disrupt the system and get away with it. We are not that kind of people. We are here saying that the Nigerian people that understand the system, knows that the system is not correct, coming together to form a structure that works for the Nigerian people, for themselves. So we work with that. We are not a bundle of criminal elements somewhere.
Well, Robert, just before I let you go, will, in the face of current realities,
Yes.
will the AAC
Yes.
win any political party?
And I still remain
Or
my
win
stand.
in the face of current realities?
I still remain my stand that if there are any credible
I'm saying,
elections,
at this point
credible,
in time,
competent elections
at
in
this
Nigeria
point in time,
at any
let's
level.
say we can't even speak for INEC to say that the election is not competent, is not going to be credible, because INEC have come out to say that the elections going forward in Nigeria,
And again, I put it to you, that is what you are made to understand.
Is going to be credible.
That is what
So in the face.
That is what
of
you are made
the
to understand.
realities,
That is what we are made
in
to
the
understand.
face of current reality.
Yes.
Can we say that the AAC
Yes.
within the Federal Capital Territory can win any seat, even at the world
If
level?
there are credible,
If the- in the
competent
face of-
elections in
the face
Nigeria
of-
at
in
national
the face
level,
of
not
current
even
reality,
not even at FCT level.
In the
We
face-
can we look. It is only AAC that can win.
so as
at
it stands
federal
right
level.
now,
Yes.
AAC cannot win any political party, any election in the Federal Capital Territory. Is that what you said?
That is what I also differ
Because
from.
you've said that
Excuse me,
except you've put a clause that except there is a credible election, except there is. But so for now, you're saying that AAC cannot win any
Are you
election.
trying to force words into
I'm
my mouth?
asking.
Otherwise, I've still remained. I've still remained on
You
my
don't
position.
trust the system.
I don't trust the system.
And
yes.
I'm asking, I'm
But-
chairman of AAC
Yes.
in the Federal Capital Territory. Can the AAC win any election in the Federal Capital Territory?
Yes, of course. Of course. Of course.
Even in the face of current reality?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Well,
But I am still telling you that we prefer competence, antecedents, and a corrupt-free system. We are not corrupt people, so we don't go competing with corrupt people. We are a body of Nigerians that deserve a better Nigeria for
And
themselves.
the AAC is not an activist movement.
We are not
It's a political party.
We are not
So
an
we
activist
so we are
movement
free to
alone.
call you a politician.
I am not saying.
So we're free to call you a politician.
Yes, I am a politician. I'm a political activist.
Not a politician.
I'm a political activist.
So we can call you a politician.
There is no politics without activism.
All right.
There is no politics without activism.
Can we call you a politician?
Of course, yes, I am a politician because I'm a political
Without putting
activist.
the suffix of an activist.
Of course, even in your life, there is politics.
Let's not
Before
go
you
by,
eat,
let's not go by
there
that
is
narrative.
politics. You
Let's not go
eat.
by that narrative at this point.
My brother, your tongue clash with your teeth.
And that's politics.
It's politics.
All right.
In your bed, it is politics.
Let's leave that.
With your
definition
wife,
of-
it's politics.
When we get when we get back to the academic space, we'll talk about that level of politics. But this time, I want to say thank you so much, Agena, Robert, Andy, for finding out time to be with us here on Correro.
Thank you, and thanks for listeners out there. And I encourage you to join the AAC. Let's fight for a better country.
But we have
for
to
ourselves.
charge the AAC for that particular advert right now, even on Correro. But I want to say thank you once again for finding out time to be with us.
Thank you so much.
What viewers is how far we can go tonight here on Correro. Don't forget that you can join the conversation on our various social media platforms currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the Rapid TV app on your various iOS and Android devices to keep track of our broadcast. My name is Godwin Sunday. Always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.